Welcome back to the shop. Here we are. So we have gotten everything mocked up. We have just welded up both sides 100% upside down, around, inside out. So we have the 3 bolts there. We have 2 bolts on each front and the rear on each side. And so we just got this welded up. She's hot, as you can see. The oil is burnt off everywhere where it got hot, where the heat's traveled. So from here we'll go and get this cleaned up. Get some paint on it, get it back on where it belongs, and bolt it into a permanent location. So it was interesting, I guess you could say, mocking this up. I didn't really know where I wanted to go with it and how I wanted to do it, so started off with a 3/4 inch bolt right where I thought the tipping point was on the high spot of the frame. You can see over there, maybe you can see over there, and then we have shims that we're going to use for here and there. Washers, flat washers, big oversized flat washers to draw it down tight. But first we'll get the side holes here located and tight, and then we'll draw them down. Grade 8 bolts is what we're going to be using on this venture. Excuse me. Just waiting for everything to cool off. Here you can see a little bit better what I got. So they're just there to keep it from going back and forth like this, along with the top one. Obviously the weight of the hitch and the tongue weight on that's going to be keeping it down in place. So these bolts are just mainly to keep it from chucking back and forth and moving around. Oh, and the XY axis, if you will, because the Z would be the tongue itself, the pin. And should handle it pretty good, I think. Oh, we're going to find out here soon. Well, hopefully soon. Still looking for that particular gooseneck that I want to tow with it, so no, that's going to be later on down the line. But while the cab or the bed is off, you know, I can get this chrome piece on. I can do some of the paint correction that I need to do because it's hell. And basically it's just going to be a repaint at this point. I got scratched all the shit from the bed. But that's where it's happening right there. So we'll let this cool. She's still a little on the warm side, as you can tell by the smoke coming off it. Can you see smoke coming off of it? Maybe you can't see the smoke. Oh yeah, you can see the smoke a little bit. But anyway, she's still a little on the warm side. Don't look at my welds. They're holding. They hold. I know there's some porosity in there, but they're not bad. So from here, get this back on, get a bolt that's cinched down, get the brake hose back on in its location after I get that 3/4 bolt in there, because I'll tell you, that's a party right there. After that is taken care of, we will get some wire coming up here to the gooseneck control or gooseneck adapter. Get these all cut to length. Get the tail lights in, ready to be put in. The wiring, fuel door going over there. The gooseneck obviously is going over there too. We have vintage LED lights to go on. We have got to put obviously the airbags in. I got to cut down the U-bolts. Got to make sure that they're torqued. Everything's got to be torqued too. 100 foot-pounds. I'm torquing it too. So hopefully that's the right torque. Do I have a 100 foot-pound torque wrench? I think I do. Yeah, I do in the box. So from there, we got to put the wiring back together for this. I was tracing a ghost wire when I was doing when I was doing the wiring harness, American Auto Wire. Oh, make good notes if you guys are changing something so that you're going to remember. Because if you're like me, you're old, goldfish mind type thing, you'll be forgetting a lot of stuff. And that ain't cool, especially when you're trying to figure out what's going on. So anyway, keep this under 5 for right now. We'll be back soon. Talk to you all later. Bye. All right, welcome back. Here we are. Bolted in, torqued down. Airbags are pretty much shut where they need to be, so they're locked in. And some of them on both sides. The integrated gooseneck / airbag mount. We utilized the airbag mounts and incorporate it into the actual gooseneck. So that way there is 2, 4, 6, 7 bolts on each side. 6 1/2-inch bolts and 1 3/4-inch bolt on each side to hold this thing into place. All the bolts are torqued to 100 psi or 100 foot-pounds. That's like that. I still have to do this. So we're drilling the hole right there. We drill the hole. So this will come in. It's got to be shortened up. We actually got to do a jog backwards so you can see that. And we got quite a bit extra here. So we'll cut and snip and then put a support here. We'll put a support about here and then about here to support this rod. And that's where the spring will be. Actually, I'll put the one support here, probably right about here, and then I'll put another support somewhere in that area so it can, when it pulls back, it locks. And that'll be on the inside. So that's it. This portion is pretty much done. So we'll move on to the next. After I get that done, I got to put the brake line back on. I got to put e-brakes on. Clean up everything because everything's all oversprayed, dust and grime. And then we'll work on the bed, the cut holes in the bed. So just a real quickie, going to combine this in with the other videos that I've taken that haven't been released yet. So thanks for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.